And so I just had to learn to allow people to like, it's okay for people to be in your life for a season. At one point in my life, I feel like I struggle with that. I feel like, why come into my life and then you just gonna leave? I don't understand that. I thought we was locked in. I thought we were
Mhm.
besties for the resties. And it's like, no, sometimes those people are just in your life for a season. And I feel like I learned that the most with friends.
And I
So
think
yeah,
that's why I'm very selective with friends, and I've learned not to say everybody is my friend, and I'm okay with that because I just don't have the mental capacity. I just don't have the time to deal with unnecessary dramas.
I just feel like as I grew up and I started to realize the type of person I wanted to be, I had to start surrounding myself with those type of. Hey y'all. And we back. 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 We are back with another. Here go this camera doing this lightning. We back with another episode of the You're Done podcast. It's your girl Big That Soul, not the little one.
And be more, nevertheless. What it do?
I decided before I came in here to record that this was the perfect time for me to get a cough drop. So I'm sorry, y'all. I've been struggling this weekend. I just want to feel better. So if I sound like I'm talking with a list or something, that's why. But today,
All
on
right.
today's episode, we will be discussing um friendships. Friends.
Mm.
How many of us
How
have them?
many
Ones
mm,
we can
the
depend on.
ones you can depend on. Yes.
Friends. All right, so the friends. I feel like for me, y'all, I done had all the little friend groups you could think of. Middle school, I had a friend. Okay, I feel like the only time I didn't necessarily have a friend group. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Middle school, I had a little friend group. High school, I had a little friend. I had multiple friend groups. I feel like in high school, because I had my Lamarck friends, and then I had and I whatever, and then I had my high tower friends, and then college. That was a big old friend group.
Yeah.
That was a lot
Yeah,
of us.
for
That
sure.
was a co-ed friend group too. We was all rocking with each other. Still do, but I'm just saying, like, I went through my little phases of, "Oh, my bestie," and, "Oh, we don't talk no more," and, "Oh, this is my friend," and, "Yeah, found out I don't really like her," and, and so I feel
Why you
like
sound like a plane about to crash? Yeah.
it's the
I don't
cough
really
drop.
like
The cough
her.
drop. I don't know what I sound like. I just that's me, putting it nicely. But I feel like with friends, they come and go, yes. But like my lighting, they come and go, just like them friends. But my college friend group, although we don't speak as often as we used to because we ain't in college no more. We grown, we got real lives going on. I live on one side of the country, they live on another side of the country. We all don't even live in the same state or the same city. So it's like we don't talk as often as we used to, but them still my friends. But I feel like those are my, like, long life friends? I feel like I've been through a lot of friendships that it's just like, I thought that was gonna be my girl for life, but it's not. Or I thought that me and this person was gonna be friends forever. We fell off for whatever reason. And not to say, like, just because y'all are friends at one point in your life that y'all have to be friends forever. That's actually the point of this episode. You don't. That that is the beauty of it all. But I'm not gonna say beauty, but I mean, sometimes it just don't work out that way. And so some of the things that I wrote down sorry, in regards to the friendships was my handy dandy notebook. Being the friend you want others to be. That's what I want to start off with first. I feel like that's
Mhm.
very important. You're never gonna attract good friends if you're not even a good friend yourself. Like, you raggedy, okay? You can't be trusted. If you leave you around the wrong girl's boyfriend, you go over there trying to talk to him. Why would you think you gonna attract good friends? I'm just saying. So I just feel like
I see you.
right. I just feel like it starts with being a friend that you want others to be to you. You have to be that friend for them too. And being open to hear like we said on the last episode about our red flags, right? We talked about how me with the constructive criticism. If you don't have I feel like if you don't have a friend in your corner that can speak to you and tell you, "Hey, Destiny, what you that was stupid." Like, why are we doing that? You know? And they don't have to say that was stupid, but and however they want to say, however you and your friends talk to each other. But if they can't call you out on something that you're doing that is like not a good decision, are y'all really friends? I'd rather have somebody be able to call me out on something or to, see if they see things differently. Because when you're in certain situations, you don't see them as somebody on the outside may see them. So I'd rather have somebody around me that is able to, do those things. But I feel like that also comes with growth. Depending on where you are in your life, it's the type of friends that you will tolerate or welcome into your space. So I
Yeah.
feel like Brittany been having the same 5 friends all her life, so I don't know if she 'Cause I have. So, she might have a different
No new
perspective.
friends. I am the definition of no new friends. I met my friends in 7th grade, and we've been chilling to this day. But I started playing s I don't really think I had that's a lie. Actually, I had a best friend in elementary, and she was my only friend, but the crazy thing is
What was
that,
her
like,
name?
I don't think I Dora. Shout out
Oh.
to Dora. Hey, girl. But we never, like, well, my mama didn't let me go to people's house, so, it wasn't like I didn't wanna go to her house. This is just something I didn't do growing up. But I
Right.
probably had been to her house maybe, like, once or twice, maybe, and then we got into middle school, and I don't know, then I had a new friend, her name was Raven. Shout out to Raven. Hey, girl. And then by the time we went to high school, she went to, like, a different school, and
Uh-huh.
then I started playing sports in 7th grade, and so that's where I picked up a lot of my friends, just us playing multiple sports together, and for the most part, I can't think of any of them that I don't talk to now. So, like, we're literally doing Friendsgiving together, so I've literally been knowing them since 7th grade, but I feel like I'm the only one in the group that did not grow up with each other, like, there's, like, 5 elementaries in our
Yeah.
town. I'd be like, what I don't even know what we are no more in Lamarck. We all Tech City at this point, but, so once you go to from elementary, everybody goes to one middle school, one high school. So it's like we're forced to be friends, I guess, or like to know everybody. So I was like the only one who went to West Lawn. And so they all had like these inner things, but I feel like as we got older, it's like you found some commonalities and like different things we could talk about. So I feel like I may be a little closer to some than others, but for the most part, like we still all get together. They came to the baby shower and it's been solid, and that's totally fine. And then, of course, I went off to college, and I didn't go to college with any of my friends, so I made new friends, and I still talk to them. So, yeah, I have different groups of friends, but they're not large. Like, my middle school friends is, like, 5 of them. My college friends is, like, 2 of them,
Exactly.
and then everybody else is an associate.
She can count on her hands how many friends she got. Whereas
It works.
the college group that I'm talking about for me is probably about my hands. Probably
It's
more than
not a
that.
group. It's too many is what it is.
Girl,
If
it
they
was a
wanted to
group.
create their own town, they wanted to create no, a group is like 4, okay? Y'all are like an Asian group. You know how they had like 16 people in one group for
Why
K-pop?
we gotta
That's
be
what y'all are.
Asian?
Because they the only people that be having like 20 people in a group.
Well, it was just like, well, I think what also had that situation was we went to PWI, right? So all the black people, we all linked in. It's like, okay, high tower people, we knew somebody like from Dawson. Kayla, she knew somebody from a different school. Like we all just came together. It's not like we all just knew each other
Kumbaya.
from the jump. We just kind of
Yeah.
like mingled and we was all friends. And I feel like with that group of friends, like I said, even with us not talking as much as we used to, it's like if I go to Friendsgiving in a few weeks, it's not gonna feel like, oh, like weird. Like we're still friends, you know? But I do feel like
Yeah.
I have my few friends that I speak to on a weekly basis. Notice I said weekly because no, we don't talk every day. Only people I talk to every day is Corey. Honestly. And so I feel like I mean my family, like and not every day. Sometimes I talk to my mama every other day. Depends on the week. But I feel like with my friends, I had to be a little bit more not strategic, but mindful. Because going to a college and we all, you know, we all like I would come and be like, "Oh, I ran into such and such and I'm friends with them." And like everybody's just hanging out, right? But I had to realize that
Yeah.
it's just because we're hanging out does not mean that we are friends. Because I remember in middle school,
Mm.
my mama used to just be my mama. No shade to my middle school friends. If y'all watching this, hey y'all. But we grown now, all right? We're gonna move past it. But my mama just kind of used to be like, them ain't really your friends. And I used to be like, Doris, what you talking about? You don't know what you're
Right.
talking about. Those are my
They
friends.
cool.
Right. And my mama used to be
And
like, okay. And so I had to just and not that they were like bad people to me, but it's just like girl, my mama ain't never steered me wrong yet. She might tell you a joke, but she won't tell you a lie. And
right?
I just feel like as I grew up and I started to realize the type of person I wanted to be, I had to start surrounding myself with those type of people. So once I realized
Yeah.
like, okay, so I had a group of friends, let's say in my season of going out, going to the club, doing all the things, living my best life, right? Quote unquote best life. And I don't talk to them not because I don't go to the club no more, but simply, but I mean, yes, that is why. But we don't have anything in common anymore. You know, it's not to say like just because they going to the club,
Yeah.
they bad people, X, Y, and Z. But we don't have the same hobbies anymore. I don't do any of those things. That's the only time I would see them. Oh, I just got dark.
Yeah.
So that's the only time I would see them, and so I just had to learn to allow people to like, it's okay for people to be in your life for a season. At one point in my life, I feel like I struggle with that. I feel like, why come into my life and then you just gonna leave? I don't understand that. I thought we was locked in, I thought we were
Mhm.
besties for the resties. And it's like, no, sometimes those people are just in your life for a season. And I feel like I learned that the most with friends.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
I don't I don't know if I ever felt like I had a friend for a season. I used to just be like, "Oh, yeah, like we kind of just stopped talking cuz something happened." Like it never bothered me per se. But again,
Uh-huh.
as y'all get into these episodes and we dive further and further and get more honest with our personalities and who we are as people, y'all probably thinking, I don't even know how Brittany got friends. Um, but I'm very honest with my friends, but I think I had to realize that just because somebody brought somebody into a group didn't mean like you said, like it didn't mean like I had to be your friend. So especially when I met Bree, he was in the Navy, and so he had other friends. Well, those friends had girlfriends. And then you go around and then all of a sudden it's like we supposed to be kumbayaing and I'm like, "No, I'm just here because my boyfriend here."
Right.
and I'm
literally.
gonna go back my side of Virginia as soon as this is over, and I can be totally fine with that. So, I think my biggest thing is that and I think we talked about this before, especially with friendship, is I did have to learn to be a little bit more open because once I left Texas, I ain't gonna lie, I definitely was like, I'm not making no friends. Why? Because I don't like drama, and I don't want you to call me with your problems. Call your friend. Call whoever you was calling before you knew I moved to this state.
Well,
I don't wanna go.
right, but I feel like I was a little bit more open to I'm not saying I'm just out here being friendly to everybody because actually I'm not. Some of the
Yeah,
friends that I made in college, they you literally have said like, "Destiny, when I first met you, I thought you hated me." And I was like, "Why? I didn't know
mm,
you to hate you." She's like, "Well, you
right,
just my RBF strong, and I guess I just didn't look
right,
inviting." And so people just took that as, "Oh, this girl, she is not fooling with me." And I'm like, "No, I thought you was cool, but I don't know you, so I'm not gonna be all up in
yeah,
your face." But once I do feel like a sense of comfortability with those people, I did consider them my friends, right? And it's not to say just because we don't talk anymore. I mean, I was gonna say that if we're not friends anymore, but that's kind of what it means. But there's no animosity, I feel like I used to take that
yeah,
title of a friend and just run with, "Oh, that's my friend, girl. Y'all had Spanish together in the junior year of high school. That ain't your friend." And so I just had to just
an
be like,
associate.
"Yeah, that's I know her or I know him or we ain't friends though by no means." And I feel like the older I get, the more I am very intentional about who I call my friends. So like even with moving to another state, my friend Ashley, who is the only friend I have ever made living out of state, the only friend. Now I
Wow.
live in another state outside of the state where I met her. And she texted me one day and she was like, "So have you made any friends?" No. And as much as I would, like, I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I don't want any friends, but I just feel like the friends that I have is okay with me, even though I can't see them whenever I just want to. Like I have to get on a plane, I gotta arrange. Girl, is you free? I don't know, but I just feel like once I found those good friends in my life, that I was okay with that because it's not often you come
Yeah,
across, especially now in this season of my life. I'm a wife. I'm about to be a mom. My walk with Christ is a lot more stronger than it was back then. Like those are the type of friends I'm looking for. And those three things are not easy. I mean, you can easily find you a wife, but that don't mean she godly. You can find you a mama, but that don't mean she married. I won't. I'm not gonna say you have to be married, but that's what I would like to have in my life in this season of my life. And I just feel like I'm not just out here
yeah,
calling anybody my friend. Like most people, they still just want to go out, hang out, have drinks all the time, and do all the whoop de whoop. And I just don't want that. And I just feel like when it comes to my friends, I'm a lot more intentional, right? So I don't just
yeah.
befriend anybody.
But
What?
did you find it, like, important to, like, have friends? You know how, like, they put us in these pockets of, like, your relationships and then your family and then, emotionally, you should feel it, and if all these things are aligned and you're living, like, your well-rounded life, like, did you really feel like, "Oh, I have to make friends," not have to make friends, but, like, "I need friends," even if it's, like, a small group, like, that's
Right
a
now?
healthy thing to have. No, just, like, when you were younger, did you feel like it was a healthy thing to have friends?
I don't think I looked that deep into it when I was younger. It was just like we all hanging out.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking, "Oh, does
Yeah.
her morals align with mine?" Obviously, I'm not just hanging out with somebody I have nothing in common with, but I didn't think that deep into it. And if it was something that I felt like, "Oh, we are not on the same page," we just didn't talk. But when it came to like my actual friends, I don't think I went out my way to be like, "So, girl, you believe in God or what?" Or, like, I just kinda took the people as they came and, dealt with them accordingly, I guess, if that answered the question. I don't know.
I don't know, yeah. I only asked because I don't think I ever I hate to say I didn't value friendship because that sounds bad. It's like, "Oh, so we just been friends and you ain't give a"
Right.
And it's
That's not good.
but right, that sounds crappy. So what are we friends for? I don't think I valued okay, maybe I was like, okay, well, people have friends, right? Like, okay, I got friends. Cool.
Mhm.
But I don't think I valued the relationship of having a friend. Cause like you said, most of the time it's like, oh, I had this class with this person and we talked because we was only two black kids in the class, or they sat next to me. So all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, my friend. Yeah, I remember her from middle school or whatever. And it's like that wasn't your friend. But I don't think I valued the relationship of having friends until I probably was, like, out of college, which is crazy. I think I knew I had friends, but I don't know if I really took the relationship of having friends that serious, if that
Oh,
makes sense.
I feel like that only
You
applies
know?
to my closest friends. I feel I'm okay with letting people go too. Like I'm not the type to be like, "Oh Lord, I lost a friend. What I'ma do?" It's not like that. But I do feel like the friends that I have had have been like at this point we have been friends at least 10 years plus. Besides Ashley, and it's been maybe 5 years or something, but that's because I met her later in life.
Yeah,
But everybody else, I have been knowing you since I was a teenager, pretty much, or younger.
yeah,
And I just feel like those type of friends, now that they have stuck around so long, those are the type of friendships that I do, appreciate. And I guess I will pour more into those than I would back then. Whereas I have had some friends in my life, and I'm not gonna make it seem like I'm just the greatest friend ever. Like certain situations that I mean I am. Shout out to my friends because y'all lucky to have me. No, but I just feel
you
like
so
there has
humble.
But I just feel like there are some things that I have done in the past that and it wasn't intentional, but I guess I had to go through it to learn what an actual friend was, and it's nothing that I did. Like I'm not going out having sex with my friend's friend, and I think that all stems from all the things that you're not supposed to do, like the rules of a friendship that you're not supposed to do to your friend. It all happened to me, but I never did it back to somebody else. But when certain things do arise, and let's say,
Mhm.
okay, this was not even my fault. And I just be feeling bad because people don't know who I'm talking about. But anyway, I just be saying, like, it was a one situation where this one girl had did something, but my friend didn't like her. But I'm a innocent bystander, and I just felt like I'm not friends with the other girl, but I'm hanging out with my friends who's also friends with the girl that my friend don't like. Look, and that's what I feel.
Yeah, you get
That's
caught in
another
it.
thing.
I've
And
been there.
yeah, but that's another thing I feel like with friends. I just like not to say, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I mean, it don't. But at the end of the day, I'm not just out here befriending people that my friends don't like. But I'm also not going. I'm like, oh I can't go there. My friend doesn't like them, so I can't go. Like I just didn't ever think of it that deep. I don't know. I don't know. But my friend got mad at me, like real mad about the situation, and I was just like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I'm not saying you can't feel how you feel, but those were not my intentions. I didn't think I was being a bad friend. But they saw it completely
Yeah.
different. And there's a whole lot more to the story. I'm not gonna go deep into it, but I just feel like in situations like that, it has taught me like how to be a better friend for specific people. Every friend I feel like need a little something different. Like I like even
Oh,
with like
yeah.
my best friends, like Bria and Kayla, I don't have to talk to them I don't have no friend I have to talk to every single day, but I do have like some of my friends from my college friend group who we don't talk every day, not even close, right? Whereas Bria and Kayla be looking at me like, what you doing? My bad. My throat getting dry. I guess the cough drop either working or it's not. But I'm saying so I'm saying, I just learned how to deal with friends accordingly. Well, I feel like back then I would kinda just be who I am. And not to say I feel like I'm all over the place. Not that I'm not who I am with all my friends, but I have to deal with everybody accordingly. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, "Oh, well, I don't talk to this
Well,
friend every day, so why do you feel the need for me to talk to you every day?" I mean, I'm not talking to
But
nobody every day, but you get my point.
different friends do need different things. I think I had to learn that I
Just
don't
need some
need all
water.
my friend groups to be in all my friend groups to be one group, if that makes sense. Like,
Mm,
I'm fine with the fact that I have okay, maybe I got 3 college friends, but I'm totally fine with the fact that 2 of them n like, I think I kinda met them all around the same time, but
mhm.
I don't hang out with them together, if that makes sense. Like, I'm totally fine
Mm,
with being like, "Me and these 2 girls hung out, we have these conversations in our group chat, and then I have this conversation with this friend in this group chat, and then my high school friend, middle school, whatever, we've been friends for forever. We do this in our group chat." I think once I wrap my mind around that, it's not that I'm changing myself. I just realized, first off, there we're multidimensional people anyway, so I'm not just like this part of Britney. There's other things. So I feel like if I was to spiritually like go deep into something, I got a group of friends that I can do that with. I'm not probably about to
mhm.
bring this to another group of
Right.
friends because they probably gonna be like, she must be going through something. She need to go to church. Why is she bringing this to the group chat? You know, and I
Right.
think you just learn like what group works for what. And if you got a group of friends where you can take it all, like kudos to you. But I don't have that, and or at least I don't think that I do. And but it doesn't bother me as much as I used to feel that it did, especially once I got out of college. Cause now I'm like, we're all done. We're all like big girls doing our big girl thing, and we could be hanging out and we could be doing all these things. And it's just like, but yeah, we're not doing that.
Right.
But I did have a birthday dinner. Uh I don't it wasn't last year, it was the year before
2
when we
years
went out to
ago.
dinner to Uptown. Yeah, and I brought everybody together, and it went just fine. And the crazy thing is that with me, my friends, what regardless of what group they in, they tend to know where the other friend came from.
Mhm.
So, like, Asia knew who Monique was. You know what I'm saying? Not that she know her, but she's like, when she saw certain people, she was like, "Oh, these are the girls you went to high school with." And I was like, "Yeah."
Right.
She may not have remembered their name, but I'm just saying, like, she knew, she knew them.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, they know I have friends from college and, blah, blah, blah. So I just be like, but I think that's when you really get into good friendships because you're not trying to battle somebody else. I don't like that. Like, I can't be your friend if you feel like I got to be overly communicative with you or I got to show up to everything. You need to, like, I need to be able to, when my phone go on D&D, you don't get exceptions to let the phone ring. My
No,
mama
for
get that. You're not getting it,
right, literally.
right?
The
And
point of
when you
D&D if
offended
I'm
about
putting all my what's the point of do not
right,
disturb if I'm letting all the few people that will call me?
'cause you are
Ah,
disturbing me,
right, we still friends though, but that's crazy that
right?
you brought that up because I feel like I've been in not I feel like I know, I've been in that type of situation where I had made some other friends, and then I had a birthday dinner, and I brought everybody together, and the other friends basically was texting me afterwards like, they literally one girl told me, "Next time you have a birthday dinner, and if I don't basically, if she don't know most of the people there, just don't invite me." Okay. But this is my birthday. I'm not worried about,
Right? Right,
inviting
you
people
feeling,
you cool with. Yeah, and so I've had situations like that, and I was trying to understand where they came from, but everybody's different, or whatever. And there was some quiet animosity that I say, "Look, I was just having fun. It was my birthday. I didn't notice nothing y'all was talking about." But that's what
that
I'm
part.
saying. But that was the only time because I know you brought up how like with all my friends, and I bring Ashley. She's really my only other friend. And so, but she comes and everything is just copacetic, right? But in that
Yeah.
situation, it was not. And I was just like, okay, this has never happened to me. I don't know how to handle this situation. And I don't know. And so with situations like that, I just, handle them as they come. They don't come often. But I also don't talk to those people as often, nearly as often as I used to, if at all. And that's why I'm saying, like, I've
Yeah,
gotten okay with just allowing people to be in my life for a season, but that does I also feel like if while that season that you're in my life, you better be the best friend you can to me. I ain't gonna hold you. Don't come over here being raggedy, just I don't want a raggedy friend for a season. Yeah, I don't care if you're not here for a long, long times. I need you to be on your best behavior. I just do. And I feel like because I've had so many friends, especially growing up, that have done things to me that a friend just shouldn't do, right? And obviously me being who I am, I'm not gonna go back and do it back to them to get my lick back. It is what it is, girl. You raggedy, you want
yeah,
hey, or whatever. And there's no animosity towards those people either because one, a lot of stuff happened when I was a child. We have, moved past it or whatever. And like when I see them, we cool. But I still pay attention to a lot of the ways that people treat me. I had one friend that was, and like I said, I don't need my friends to talk to me every single day. But when I feel like one, I'm only hearing from you when you going through something. Not to say I don't want to be there
yeah,
for my friends, but dang girl, what dang, you asked me if I was having a good day till you just dropped all your bombs on me, or or like you basically talk to me when you freaking feel like it. No, that's because
yeah,
I see you hanging out with all your other friends. If you don't want, that's what I'm saying. If you don't want to be my friend, that is cool. I just rather somebody tell me those things, rather because I feel like I'm a pretty decent friend. And I'm not gonna have nobody in the dark thinking we
yeah,
X, Y, and Z. Oh, we cool. That's my girl. But behind closed doors, nah, I don't really fool with her like that. I just rather somebody be
yeah.
open about how they feel about me. I don't care if you only here for the springtime. You need to be nice.
That part. And I
So
think
yeah.
that's why I'm very selective with friends, and I've learned not to say everybody is my friend, and I'm okay with that because I just I don't have the mental capacity. I just don't have the time to deal with unnecessary drama. So going back to when you said something about the I'm assuming this may have been your birthday dinner one time. 'Cause that was the first time that I think I've seen multiple people. Some people I think I'm like, I've never met, but then you introduce like, "Oh, I know them from this place." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so
Mhm.
I did hear about you before, but I've never met you before." And then some groups, I was like, "Oh, that's Portia." And then this is, like I knew them.
Yeah.
I've seen y'all multiple times. Y'all have been to everything. Like I know exactly who y'all are. And so this thing has been on, I don't know if it's TikTok, Instagram, whatever. It's on social media, and it's about a group of girls who went out to eat, I'm assuming for their friend birthday, and now one of the girls is saying, "I'm not splitting the check, I'm gonna pay for what I ate." So, I said to myself, "That makes sense because if I got the chicken wing basket if I got the
Right.
chicken wing basket and I got a water with a lemon and you ordered 5 drinks, the steak with the, um, what is it when they get, it's not regular mac and cheese, the truffle mac
Lobster?
and cheese.
Oh,
Why do
you
I
talking
need
about
to
lobster.
split that? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that too. The lobster mac and cheese, and so in my opinion, at first I was like, "Dang, that's crazy." Because if y'all all friends, I'm assuming y'all woulda known what y'all was gonna do when y'all got to the restaurant. You would've looked up stuff, but I do this with my friends. Like, my friends, they be like, "Look at the menu ahead of time to make sure you know if you gonna like something." Like, we come to an agreement
Mhm.
on what we gonna do. We've also sat at the table and they be like, "Okay, the gratuity and the tax, and if it is somebody's birthday and we agree to pay for that person's birthday, okay, we're gonna all split that. So you owe the $35 for your meal plus the
Right.
extra $15 for," and I was just and that's me with my friends. But this girl in the clip end up saying, telling she so Imma just say Destiny. Like, "Destiny, get your girl, tell her to sit down." So that made me feel like you got different groups of people together. This
Right.
is
Cause
why this
now
is
I'm
not
her
going
girl.
well.
I thought we was all
Right?
girls.
Part.
Now I ain't
So
your girl
I
because I
just
don't
was
wanna pay for your
like
steak? Eh?
that part. So I just was like, that's a lot to deal with in friend groups. And I think I have been extremely blessed that we're all being fair to each other within the group. Even though we got
Yeah.
individual things going on, half the stuff my friends have going, some of them have going on, I may not know at that time. But when we get together, we're fair. And I'm just like, what kind of friend group y'all got that y'all got this going on, and then she's recording all of this in public?
Right.
Imma
That
just go on
part.
the whim and let y'all know, Imma give you, my $20 for my wing plate, but I'm not giving you more than what I
First of
was
all,
served.
if I was her, I wouldn't even have pulled my phone out. It ain't nothing to talk about. I'm talking to the waiter. Hey, you know what I ordered? This what I'm paying for. I'm not going back and forth with you, girl. You don't know what am I
That
just
part.
feel like because there's been times when I would go out with my friends, they would pay for me, I would pay for them, and it's not a conversation that was had prior to that. It's just something that happened. That's fine. But it's
Yeah.
never been a time when me, all my friends been out. We was like, hey, we just gonna split everything. No, because I wasn't even hungry. I just came for the company. Why am I spending $50,
Right?
$75?
But
I
they made it
look,
but they made it seem like she was broke. So then it was no longer like, "Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying." It was like, if you was broke, you shouldn't have came to the dinner. No, no,
first of
I
all,
stayed within my means. This is why I got the wing
it
plate.
sounds like you broke and want me to pay for it.
This is why me and my sister, we have a friendship, but I can't call her all the time because I already know she on my side, and
Cause that
I may need to hear a different opinion.
cause that's stupid. You calling me broke, but you the one mad because I don't wanna pay for your food. I'm confused.
That's what I told Bree. I said, "No, she sound broke. Cause why I need to go partial on her steak? No, no, sir. No. You knew you
Better
couldn't
give
afford it, you shoulda stayed at."
or give her an apron. She gonna be washing dishes.
That part. Get back in your
Cause I don't know.
Altima and leave me alone.
Cause don't call me broke, first of all. And even if I am, that's why I came and ordered the appetizer. Like, I'm not understanding. I don't and that's not a real friend to
That part.
me. If I'm expressing to you that this is what I'm able to pay for, why are we still going back and forth? You ordered that, not me.
Th
Anyways.
Girl,
Anyways,
that
and
was crazy.
that's why it's important to be mindful of the friends that you pick because people crazy. And for her to be now all of a sudden get your girl. Oh now I'm her girl. Girl, I don't need to be got.
I'm
You
fit to come get you at the end of that table.
you need to get that card out and pay for that steak. Girl, what is you talking about? I don't understand. I
Dunzo.
like every time I see that pop up on social media, it's very annoying. One, for the friend that's trying to call the other friend out because she don't want to split the bill. But two, for the friend that's feel the need to pull her phone out and record it. Y'all all weird. I ain't gonna lie. And that's because at that end, once she showed her true colors, I would have just stopped fooling with her. I just feel like that's I just don't understand. Why would that even
That's
be a
the
thing?
point.
Unless we all just millionaires out here and then it don't matter how much we spend, baby. That's different. I don't know. I just don't like that. Don't tell me what to do with my
No,
coin,
I and I
sister.
can't and I can't deal. And this is why for a period of time, I kept saying, I don't want any more friends. I think I knew my capacity of what I could handle. And then once
Mhm.
my friends started having kids, I was like, baby, I already got two. And now you fit to have one, that's three. Why? Because you are my friend, which means when your baby's birthday come along, like I'm traveling to you. Like my sister about to have
Mhm.
baby, I'm up to 5 kids. I'm having another one. I really had six. Honey, I can't make no more mom friends. Cause I'm not coming over
Yeah.
there to little birthday party. I don't wanna do the slip and slide. I don't wanna do none of that.
Mm-mm.
My kids got
No, I
enough
don't.
cousins.
But I just feel like when it comes to your friends, baby, it's very, very, very important, especially the older you get. Because these are like you, even with
Yeah.
having the kids, these are people that your kids or if that's because we all know how black people get for show. I got so many aunties that ain't let me not say that because don't call them auntie, but you get what I'm saying. I got so many black people can have so many aunties that ain't really they auntie or they cousin or
Yes.
y'all not even related by blood at all. But that's just what it is, right? My friends, they are going to be my child's aunt. That's just what it is. If you're not comfortable enough for your child to be going over there to them people's house, to your friend's house doing X, Y, Z, them ain't, why are y'all still friends? I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. As you evolve and you grow, your friendships must do the same. I'm not hanging around people who are doing things I don't want to do. And it's not that I'm judging you. It's not because I was doing it too. Hey, we was having a blast. But I just don't want that for myself
Yeah.
no more. I just, and we're not on the same page anymore. And we cool, you cool.
Yeah.
But hey, we ain't got to hang out.
Yeah, the
Okay.
access is just limited now.
Right, and that's fine. If I see you, "Hey, girl, what's up?" "Remember we used to" But it ain't gotta be,
But
"Oh, no." People make situations so weird. People, one, they feel so what's the word? Obligated, or I don't think that's the word I'm looking for, but y'all, I'm pregnant, bear with me. People just feel so what is the word? Now I wanna know. They feel so no, they feel so
entitled?
eh, something like that. To certain things, and a lot of people feel as though since y'all have been friends for so long, like, how dare you try to grow without me? How dare you try look,
Oh,
girl, I'ma love you, but from over here. And that's why and if it comes down to that and your friend feels as though that you can't grow simply because they wanna stay where
yeah.
they at, we are not gonna be friends for much longer, my girl, I promise you that.
At
You don't
all.
gotta worry about me,
No. I
and
can't
that's
do it.
cool.
I'm
I'm not talking about
right?
you behind your back. I'm not doing none of that.
Oh,
I'm not talking to you at
no.
all.
And I've definitely right? And I've definitely been that way because I think something like when friends kinda start falling out, like Destiny was saying, sometimes you get yourself caught in the middle, and I'd be like, "When y'all stop being friends? When?" Like so I'm like, "I can't say that no more? This is crazy."
Mhm.
Because y'all each haven't done anything to me, but it was a situation y'all remember we used to write letters in
Oh,
school,
Lord.
do all the fancy folding, and
Brittany still
somebody
got
had
them
said
letters.
something. Yeah, I still got all my I
It'd
be
be
sending them
like,
to my middle school friends too.
girl, it'll say to Brittany from whoever. I'm in fifth period song. Make it like it was.
Listen.
Brittany got all these letters. Like,
I
not
be
putting
sending
a
them because
song on it.
then it'd be like the guy's name and then the girl name forever, and I think that's so fun. They
Yes.
be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I liked him." I be like, "Girl, you dodged that bullet."
It was the song for me. Like, girl,
Listen, this is my real friend. They still my friends. And so but it was a situation that had went on,
I
and
keep
I
getting
think the letters had
notifications,
gotten
y'all.
mixed up. Like, somebody had gotten one letter and somebody had gotten another letter, whatever. And one of the friends came up to me and had said something, and they was like, "X, Y, and Z, do they know or you said?" And I said, "Well, if you wanna go ahead and still give her the letter, like, that's fine, cause I already talked to her about it." You what you not gonna do is act like you holding something over me that I already didn't tell my friend. Now, whether my friend
Right.
liked it or not, we've already had the conversation. But I don't do friends who feel like I got a secret on Brittany. I don't already told the secret.
Right.
She
And it
know
was
how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm
yeah.
telling their business to other people. I don't do that. I feel like when somebody asks you to keep something, you keep it. Now, as an adult, I ain't gonna lie, depending on what it is, my sister or my husband probably know. Y'all already know how this go. Like, stop acting brand new. I
Right.
tell my friend Shamika something, I'm pretty sure Keela knows, okay? I'm pretty sure her husband knows. And I'm totally
Right.
fine with that. But certain things, like my husband know it, my sister will know. But for the most part, that's just how it is. But back then, y'all ain't got no life really. Let's be real. Middle school, you think you do, but you really don't. I would keep your secret tucked in tight. But I'm
Mhm.
also the type of person that if you think for a second that you fit to go tell somebody what I said without them knowing that I already said it,
Right. You
you
think you
wasting
got
your
some tea
time.
on me. My tea. Using my tea
Girl,
against myself.
and I already spilled
Right.
it. I already spilled it. It's out.
Right. You late.
So, right? So I think at a young age, I already were putting those pieces together. But if you've been tuning into the You're Done podcast, which I know you have since season 1, then you would also know that most of the time I was very I don't wanna say I'm secluded because, like I said, I'm an extrovert, so I did talk to a lot of people, like, just being friendly. It didn't really matter, like, what was going on. But if because I dealt with so much, like, in my own family, if I felt like I couldn't trust people that's supposed to be there, I definitely was already looking at friends like, "Oh, oh, you can be dropped tomorrow.
Right.
I see right now this not gonna work out." And I also think it was because my mom surrounded me with my cousins that when people did come back to school, even like elementary, they'll be like, "Oh, such and such had a birthday. We did." And I'd be like, "Girl, I had time of my life. I was literally at my cousin's house all weekend. My uncle barbecued, or my aunt Cindy had me outside in the dang on white t-shirt and drawers with my cousin, literally in them little plastic blow up pool."
Having a blast.
Having the time of my life. Do you hear me? Okay, we were living it up. Went to the snow cone place, thebomb.com. She gave me 3 quarters. I was excited. I do not give a darn about this kid's birthday party.
Right. I didn't have that luxury,
I
y'all.
was
All my cousins is way older than me. They didn't wanna play with me.
yeah, it was just her
Okay.
by her lonesome, but, it's okay. We're here now.
But, yeah, I
But
feel like you
yeah,
have to be very mindful of the company that you keep, child, and be a good friend. Just be a good
yeah,
person. Jesus Christ, it ain't that hard.
no,
If it is that hard for you, then don't come trying to befriend me. Cause no. I'm gonna
yeah,
call
find
you out
somebody
on it,
else. So what you
and Imma cut you off.
so what you gonna
What
say
I
you done with?
I feel like I'm done with and I feel like I've been done with it. Like, this is one of those episodes that I'm done. I've when I realized that a friendship has come to you ran its course, I'm cool with letting it go. Back then, I would've like,
Mhm.
"Oh, but why?" Like, I really wanted an explanation as to what was it that made you not wanna be my friend, or why did you do that to me? I don't even care no more. You just raggedy,
Yeah,
or we just grew apart, or it is what it is at the end of the day. I don't feel the need to go back and forth and trying to force a friendship, a relationship, I don't care what it is.
yeah.
So, yeah, accepting that people are not always in your life to stay forever, no matter how long y'all been friends, no matter how great of a friend you thought that person was gonna be to you. People lie, women lie, men
Yeah.
lie, friends lie. Yeah,
You're all liars. No.
exactly. Stay away from me.
Yeah.
What you done with?
I think I'm done with trying to put myself in friendships. Like, I am who I am, and you either
Mm.
gonna like me for what I bring to the table or you not. And if we've been friends for forever or whether we're, just not hanging out, again, if I'm not your cup of tea or you not my cup of tea, I'm okay with just being like, "All right, we hung out once. I don't
Right.
really need to hang out with you again." And that's not gonna bother me. I'm
Mhm.
just like, "Okay, this is just the level of our relationship, and that's where it is, and that's okay.
Right.
Because 'Cause I'm not compromising myself or putting myself out to keep a friend
Right. Not
who don't
happen.
care
They keep
where they
anybody.
do that at. That part. That
Hello.
yeah, and that go for anybody. I don't care who you are. You
Nope.
can and will get cut off.
Man.
I
Ain't
still love
nobody
you
safe.
though.
Right. Imma pray for you.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
you're
So I think this was more so of a everybody not your friend type of conversation rather than the rules of friendship.
Yeah. I think it just was everything in friendship. And also being able to recognize when you can walk away, like you say, knowing the seasons of friendships and realizing that it's okay for you to grow in a friendship and maybe your growth isn't their cup of tea. And that's okay too. Sometimes friends come back around later on in life. Y'all find some common grounds with each other, and that's okay. I'm not saying you get cut off and y'all can never be friends. People grow, people change. You both go through life lessons. So I think there's always like this evolution of friendship. And I think I've learned to appreciate the ones that I do have because like we were saying, I'm pretty sure everyone has come across that one person where you be like, I don't even know how we ended up being like how we I don't even know what made me think that we was even cool to start cuz you is stupid.
Right. Had to be drunk or
So,
something.
like any relationship, they all ebbs, what is it? Ebbs and flows? Is that the saying? Ups and downs. We're going to do
Like,
that.
keep it simple.
So,
But yeah,
yeah, it's all
choose friends that choose you and don't be so pressed to have a friend. Cause all friends ain't good friends. All company ain't good company. All right, all right. Holla at y'all. See y'all the same time next week.
dang. I know, I'm about to go take a nap. Now, some fried
No, I look
shrimp
so
and french
tired.
fries.
That's what you just
That was
ate?
so random. But if there's any friends out there that wanna go get fried shrimp and french
Girl, ask your
with
daddy.
your
He good for a
girl,
at
yeah,
the French
regardless
fry.
of when this episode drops, I'm always down for fried shrimp and french fries.
I'm sure your daddy got some in his
Holla at
freezer.
me. I know, right? But he can't eat them, so I'm not gonna tempt him. But
Oh, he
alright,
sure
y'all.
can. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, now I gotta go
Ooh,
pack it.
over.
Oh, why